What's up, you guys? You know who it is. It's 5 weeks out from the 2016 Mr. Olympia contest. I am obviously Phil Heath, and you are in what I would probably call my man cave, my unfinished man layer. Man cave, I don't know what I'm going to really technically call it, but every man needs his own little area where he can just do him and not be bothered, right? So I decided to take this day. It's a Saturday, so before I actually go train, I figured we'd do some Q&A for you guys. And first off, I just want to continually say thank you so much for your consistency with your ongoing support of the Gifted channel, courtesy of VHX.TV. It truly means a lot to all of us that produce this content for you. Let's just jump right into it, guys. Cell Golding. Hey, champ. How often do you train abs? And any trick to keep it tight? Most recently, I've been doing more ab training in the morning and sometimes at night. Nothing too crazy as far as like 10, 20 minutes of ab training, just typical stuff. Suitcase crunches, regular crunches, bicycle crunches, toe touches, stuff like that. As far as keeping it tight, I mean, that's just a breathing thing. I think what happens a lot of the time is that as we consume, especially I know myself, being over a certain body weight, 260, 270 pounds, and trying to be shredded, it requires a lot of food. So you tend to get bloated just from eating, and understanding that it's your digestion. And once that gets off, it actually puts more pressure on the back, what actually makes your back go out, and then pushes what? Pushes your abs out. So what I've been really trying to do is make sure I stay flexible, making sure I stay up on top of my digestible enzymes, but also my nutrient uptake, because as I train, I realize that I get rid of a lot of vitamins and minerals, those of which actually keep a good electrolyte balance, which in fact will therefore, create cramping, muscle spasms, etc. So I've really tried to make sure I cover all my bases with this stuff. This year, it's been freaking awesome. You guys saw how I came out last year pointing at my abs and shit at the prejudging. Well, it's much better than that right now. The way to keep it tight is to make sure that you're not ingesting a bunch of fats and sugars, that you're doing your cardiovascular work in the morning, and preferably either later that evening or right after you train. Making sure that while you're doing that cardio, that you are getting at least 65 to 70% of your heart rate maximum. So that's 220 minus your age, and then taking a percentage after that. I've noticed doing that has helped out a lot for myself, and I think it would very well be appropriate for many of you guys. There's various ab exercises. You're just gonna have to go by how you look. Some people it's more upper, some people it's more lower. Mine's probably around the lower, so like doing the suitcase crunches, doing the jackknives, the leg lifts, stuff like that have helped me out a lot, especially this year. So I hope that helps. Next question is from Jonas O. Hey Phil, how do you deal with it when other competitors talk trash? Now this is fucking hilarious, because I've realized that a couple people taking snippets, which I do not encourage you guys to do, and share it on your social media feeds. I don't like it, because come on, we're trying to pull people in and you're just giving it away for free. But I know why sometimes you do it. You're so excited and this and that and the other. But what I am going to say is this. Why is it that in bodybuilding, like, someone can't just speak their mind and shit and talk a little stuff, and then everybody just be like, hey, they're just being competitive? In basketball, you guys talk shit. If you play freaking John Madden on the fucking Xbox, you talk shit. People are getting in the starting blocks, getting ready to run the 100 meters against Usain Bolt. You don't think these guys are talking shit? You don't think they talk shit like Michael Phelps and all these other guys when they get in the starting blocks? You don't think they talk trash? Every fucking sport, someone talks a little trash. Why? Because it's they're everything. But in bodybuilding, oh, don't say anything. You don't think Ronnie Coleman? It's funny. Like, people have compared me to, like, oh yeah, like Phil's not a good Mr. Olympia, this and that, because he talks shit. Are you fucking serious? You don't think that Arnold Schwarzenegger talked trash? You don't think that even Lee Haney and Mike Christian and those guys, when they were trained over in Gold's Venice, they didn't get in each other's ass and like talk a little trash? It's to do what? It's to make each other better. See, why are you guys being so, I'm sorry, just being like a puss? Like, damn, like, I know what it is that sometimes people just can't handle the truth. So when I say something, or if I hear someone say, look, it's funny how like every person can say, I'm going for number one, fuck Phil, I'm going after his title, I'm gonna kick his ass. Everybody would be like, yeah, go do it, man, believe in your dreams, this and that and the other. Well, I was that guy too. I was saying, you know what, man, I wasn't saying fuck Jay Cutler. What I was saying is, I want to win Mr. Olympia, and if he's the champion, he's in my way, I gotta be willing to knock the champ out. Fuck this, man. I train just as hard. I'm dieting. I'm giving it my all. Like I want that title. This is how I eat. This is my livelihood. I got these freaking trophies behind me because I gave a shit. I gave a shit more than anybody else. People can say, "Oh, he trained better than you," and this and that. And yeah, no, he don't. Look. So when competitors talk trash, I'm like not even offended. I'm actually realizing that this person just cares so much in their ability that if someone says, hey man, what do you think about Phil Heath? They'd be like, man, I think he's a dick, or that's just a personal dig. You don't hear me say that about anybody. You don't hear me say about, like if someone says, or you think about Kevin Levrone, this and that, I don't call him no asshole and no dick, this and that. I'm saying like, he ain't gonna beat me. Just like what am I supposed to say? So if someone is going to be asked that it's a challenger, what do you think about going against Phil Heath? They'd be like, man, I'm going to knock him off of that throne and this and that. And y'all cheer for him. But then if I say the same thing and I get ridiculed, look at your logic. I had to have that mentality, right, to get where I am today. The guy the type of attitude that people are rooting for, as far as competition, trash talking, and stuff like that. That guy had to talk a little shit, like to get himself going and this and that. I remember even Kai Greene used to say shit to me, like whatever. And people were like, yeah, yeah. But then if I said the same thing, nah, boo, feels no. No. Competitors that talk trash, look, I think it just doesn't, I think it might piss people off because I hear them talk shit every year and I just rise above it and I win. And then I tell you I'm going to do it. And then it just bothers you more. Why does it bother you? You're not competing against me. Oh, because you're insecure because someone said that they were going to get your girl and they actually got the girl. Why didn't you prevent it? So when competition, come around and competitors talk trash, they'll do little subliminals. I ain't stupid. People do this subliminal bullshit trying to create fog and distraction because that's all they can do. So when they talk trash, it's just to add more excitement. That's how I look at it. I don't take it personal. I don't take it inward and be like, oh man, like get all freaked out because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get me to be emotionally drained so then I can't win them things. So obviously that shit don't work. So I encourage guys to talk a little trash. But my thing is like, why is it always directed at the champ? Why isn't it like the fourth place guy going after the third place guy saying a little something? Everybody can't be number one. Someone's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way down to 20. I don't see none of that. And maybe that's just not in someone's nature. But you know what's funny is that as this gets shared, every fucking dude talks shit. Or his best friend does. Or his girlfriend does. Or his wife does. Someone in that person's camp is talking shit about me or someone else that they have to compete against to do what? To get them motivated. So I just think it's a part of the sport. Like it's not even and I know we got to get on to some other questions, but I don't even think it's like lack of sportsmanship. I think lack of sportsmanship would be like if someone wants to shake your hand and job well done and this and that, you're like, nah, screw this or whatever. I give respect to every competitor that shows up on that stage. I always have, and you can rewind the tape. Like I've always given someone props. I even give props to the guys that do the NPC shows, the amateur shows. I give them props for having the guts to even get up there. Anyone that's watched me guest pose or watched me talk about it, I'm not. But let's be clear. If someone is here to try to disrupt my vision, focus, determination, whatever, by talking trash, it'll never work. because it hasn't. Because I received different types of adversity more than anyone. I'm in the internet age where Dorian, Ronnie, Jay weren't really in it. And if you rewind the tape, Ronnie would say stuff. Ronnie told Jay Cutler that he was smoking crack. Like that when thinking about can he beat Mr. Olympia, and Jay's my guy. Like Jay's the homie. And no one said anything about that. It's because of the internet. So don't be mad when someone says, like, because I ain't going to be mad. Like if Kevin Vaughn, Sean Roden, Dexter Jackson, Big Ramy, or whoever says, I want to kick Phil Heath's ass. And y'all start, yeah. But what I am going to get annoyed is when, if I said, really? You couldn't do this, this, and this because these are facts. And they're like, boo, you should be more humble. It's like, man, you guys are, stop being, anyway, stop being sensitive. Pull a pearl out or something, man. Like, damn, like if you played any other sport, you would actually realize what this means between competitors. Because we all be hugging it out, talking shit, and then get on tour or at the after party. These guys go to the after party and stuff. We be chilling and stuff after the show's over. But anyway, next one's from my guy Luke out in Australia. He says, Phil, have you had a theme song? What would that be? Like they say, every superhero needs his own theme music. I don't know yet, but you got me there, Luke. I've thought of so many songs, like just, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that one. Why? It should be like a combination of like, I'm thinking of like Snoop Dogg, What's My Name? You know, Who Am I? Because just how it starts. But I'm not Snoop Dogg, so I don't know how that would go. But anyway, I'm going to mess up the whole damn song just by, man, why you ask me this shit? I'm low carbs today. I'm trying to like, never mind. Okay, next one is from Pound for Pound Beast. What's up, Six Timer? Thank you. We haven't won yet. Thank you for your confidence. As you can tell, I'm very, very superstitious when it comes to that. I remember on a past interview, you said that you put up a photo of yourself in the beginning of your career to use as a reference to build on improving. My question is, do you still use that method with the past Olympia pics, or is it to the point where you just use them to gauge conditioning, color, and lighting? That's a really good question because when I say we, Honey and I, we have every picture for all these preps. What we did realize is that, yes, we can use the conditioning as reference to say, like, okay, 5 weeks out last year, what was your weight? What did you train? How I looked. Was I tanned enough? Like, what did I eat throughout that day? We can all look at that and kind of think about like, okay, this is a good reference, but at the same time, understand that the body is so dynamic. Like we would try to replicate 2013 because we really felt that that's when we kicked the world's ass. Like only did one freaking call out. So it's like, oh, if we duplicate that, then this is a wrap. We realized in 2014, 2015, that just wasn't going to happen. We have to realize that now we have new parts to this beast. And now it's like figuring everything out from scratch again. And that's something that we both had to admit, both trainer and client, and be okay with. So it's always good to use pictures as a reference. And sometimes, honestly, it's a good way of realizing that, like for me, I'll be like, when am I going to get shredded? When am I going to get my glutes in? You know, I see them from the side, but when am I going to have them like super etched out, this, that, and the other? And then I'm realizing like, okay, it's 5 weeks out. Like, don't trip. And sometimes even for him, like he'll be like, fuck Phil, we got to be fucking ripped. We got to get ready. I mean, this dude gets intense just like me, right? Could you imagine both of us in the same room? Ain't nothing but a gangster party. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like two of the most America's most wanted in this bitch. Like we go like freaking mental getting ready for this prep. And I have to calm him down sometimes and realize like, hey man, like look at these pictures, man. Like 5 weeks out, we weren't like inside out shredded, but this is what we did to get there. Okay, maybe we don't follow that same format, or maybe we do for a couple of days and just go from there. So it's always good to have a point of reference. I definitely think it's smart for everyone. And here's the cool part. It's your legacy. It's your legacy. It's your journey. So I think it's great that when you're taking actual pictures in the same spot, and we're not just talking about the gym, doing one of these, you know, showing off your V and all this other shit, or in the bathroom, make them respectable. So if you ever decide to make a damn book out of it, it don't look so damn vain. So We try to do it like in the same area of the house or at the gym. Now I've been doing it more at the house because the gym has just been too wild with crazies that everybody got the phone out trying to be sneaky and stuff, and let me take a picture and then send it to people so then they can post it so then they can get some recognition, be relevant. So anyway, but yeah, thank you for your question. That was really cool. I'm just letting that digest for a second because I thought it was a really good question. But the next one is from Alan Stillings. He says, "What's up, big man? Should be a good Olympia this year, but still picking you to win it, of course. With that being said, does your protein intake vary from off-season to pre-contest? If so, what's the difference in grams of protein?" I would definitely say it starts from like a 370, like 350 to 375, sometimes in the off-season, up until 500, 525 pre-contest. Reason being is because the shift in carbohydrates, and I'm giving my body a rest of ingesting so much proteins. As I take certain types of proteins away, such as like steak and chicken breast, I'm adding more fish, which people that have dieted or have tried this realize that like 12 ounces of fish, especially white fish, is much easier to chew than 12 ounces of steak, especially when you have to do it 5-6 times a day. With that being said, it actually enhances, the way you look, because the more protein you can ingest and actually assimilate, the better you're going to look. So the more muscle you have, the more you can take probably. But yeah, that's usually how it ranges. And, sometimes it varies just based on physical need. Next question is from Reed Waby. "Hey Phil, I have a question that might get you thinking a bit." Like one of those things that make you go, one of those, huh? "Give me your most favorite old video game of all time and favorite new game. Also, how much do you play? Good luck at the Olympia. #legacy. Reed, this is a good question. Give me your most favorite old video game. Fuck, dude. And we're talking about old. I'm 36 years old, man. So we're talking about like, my videographer over here saying Mario. I think Mario 3 was dope because you could fucking fly. But I definitely think Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm talking, man, we'll go, okay. On NES, I would probably say like, we're talking about like Zelda, the first one. We're talking about definitely, regular Mario. I mean, that was hard as hell. On Super, we definitely got to throw in Street Fighter. On Genesis, we got to throw in Hedgehog, and probably, oh man, go back to NES, Ghosts and Goblins. Like that shit was fucking ridiculous. Like I loved Ghosts and Goblins. So I mean, you got those video games. We could go old school Neo Geo and then be like, and play like old King of Fighters. I used to skip school. Oh shit, sorry mom. We used to go play that at the arcade across the street from the middle school. Bonk's Adventures on TurboGrafx 16 was dope. N64, which I did not own, but my friends had it, and they used to bring it to high school. We used to play GoldenEye, and anyone with the damn golden gun was hated all throughout life. And then, it obviously evolved from there, but Street Fighter for sure, because it had so many. Why did it have so many damn editions? It was like Super Street Fighter 2, it's like Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter Turbo, Championship Edition. It was like all these different, like hyper fighting, all this other shit. And, I used to go to the arcade quite a bit. So we used to go to this place. Well, there was a bowling alley, Skyway Bowling Alley by my parents' house that we used to go to all the time. And but then we used to go over to South Center over in Seattle, and used to go to this place called Silver Coins. and you got like silver tokens and stuff. And I just remember like putting my token right on that damn screen and just sitting there analyzing this fool that's just wearing everybody's ass out in that Street Fighter. So those were games that I love. Actually, I got Street Fighter 5 in the PS4 right now, ready to go after it after I get done with y'all. So you got me all fired up here. But thanks for the blast from the past. And you say the favorite new video game. I like the Street Fighter 5, but I just think that that's because I haven't unboxed all my belongings from when I moved a couple months ago. So that's all that's been over here right now. I'm waiting on some new stuff. I heard that they're coming out with a new PS4 and Xbox 4K version, so I'm kind of just waiting on that since I got the 4K. I rock a 4K OLED on the TV, so I figure, well, I need to match that up. I do have all the Call of Duties, but I haven't played it because, unfortunately, I don't have any friends. So I don't have enough friends that can play online. I was randomly playing with quite a few guys, and never really revealed who I was on the headset. But maybe that'll change. But yeah, favorite new video game. I'm gonna try to. I don't play. Just so you guys know, I don't play Madden, not because I don't like it, but because of the fact that it's so complex now. I believe that game, if there was a lapse, if you had a lapse of like 5 years where you didn't play it, forget it. It's like impossible now. You like missed out because it's the artificial intelligence behind it is so far advanced. Like you actually have to know the game, like for real, and you have to play it like that. And I just don't kind of like that very much. But I'm definitely waiting on some. I like fighting games. I like the race car games, like the Need for Speed collection. I like stuff like that because obviously I like cars. Assassin's Creed is cool, stuff like that. But I'll wait and see what new come out. Next question is from TJB. Hi Phil, I'm from Brazil, and I would like to know if Greene retired. Yeah, okay, there's a language thing. It's all good. I would like to know if Greene retired because he got tired of losing to you. LOL. Take care. Have a blessed day. No, he did not retire. And he definitely didn't, and if he did, definitely didn't retire because of me. You guys are trying to start shit. Greene is a great competitor. I think he did very, very well this year, winning those Arnold Classic titles back to back to back. I know it drained the living shit out of him. People have to realize anyone that weighs over 240 pounds and has to get ready for multiple contests at that level of conditioning that he exhibits with that much muscle. I mean, we're talking about a guy that he weighs over 265, 275, and we're like the same height. That's a lot of freaking weight, and that's a lot of work. And for him to travel around the world and do all this other stuff, it definitely took its toll on him. So I don't definitely feel like he's retired. I do know that it's very difficult. I do respect him quite a bit. We've had some amazing battles and stuff. I think maybe at some point he and I will get up on the stage again. I know that's what the next question or someone's probably hoping that we do. But that's something I think Kai and I should decide together, and maybe he and I can work out something to where we pick out a show. It may not be the Olympia or the Arnold Classic. Maybe just a show just because we want to do one together. Wink, wink. It's definitely not because he got tired of losing to me. I don't think that at all. I think Kai is a very smart person when it comes to knowing how to pick his own shows. He and I definitely had our battles and both on and off the stage, but I think we all resolved that. And I have a much different understanding of why he does what he does. And he has a better understanding of why I do what I do. So we've learned to coexist and wish each other well on their things. I haven't necessarily got to go kick everybody's ass in the Olympia, but I'm not expecting that either. But I do know that he'll be doing probably a show. I don't know. Maybe I should hit him up. What show he's doing next. But I definitely know he's not retired. Next question is from Eric Paulus. Before I do that, I'm going to read you my girlfriend's text message because she decided to put me on blast. She says, hey, you're going to need to eat at 4:30 and then need to eat once more, then gym, and then eat sushi 4 meals before training legs. Meal 5, you can eat and then go to bed. I'm filming! She's going to kick my ass. That's all right. She should know I'm on my phone. It's a gifted channel, baby. I'm filming. So I'm live. I know. It's all good. It's really not. She's going to kick my ass. Oh, well. See, that's why I have green eyes. Because my girl likes them. She likes muscles. She told me that she would never be with a small man. So right away I was in. And then I was light-skinned black dude with green eyes. She liked that. I was like, she was like, if you didn't have no damn green eyes. I said, my mom says the same thing. Used to get my ass out of a lot of trouble. Okay, so back to the questions. Eric Polius says, hey champ, I have been a huge fan of yours since 2007. And one of the main reasons I decided to compete. I wanted to know, as the ambassador of the sport, what do you think needs to be done to make bodybuilding a mainstream sport? I remember the Arnold Classic used to play on ESPN back in the 90s, and there was an attempt to play the Olympia on TV a couple years ago, but never happened. Thanks, and I'll be watching to see you make the legacy happen. Okay, Eric, well, I think we're, as of right now, the people who run the Mr. Olympia contest are working very, very hard. They work extremely hard to try to get this on a bigger stage, a bigger platform. We've been able to, when I say we, the whole organization has been able to create so much of a buzz that, as you can see, not only has the prize money went up, but the rise in attendance has gone up. So it's always funny, like when you hear somebody saying like, oh, bodybuilding is dead and this and that. And I'm like, guys, like the prize money goes up every year. It's a sold out crowd. I think we're doing pretty damn good. And we have people like Amazon on board doing the streaming. So anyone that knows Amazon, and if you don't know who Amazon.com is, I mean, I don't know where the hell you've been living. So I think it's steps. I think sometimes you have to take a step backwards to take a step forwards, meaning like beforehand, when I first got into sport, it was actually on pay-per-view. And I thought that was really neat. However, a lot of people just didn't see the value from it. And, some people are just cheap, to be honest. So that dwindled, and then they went to the online pay-per-view, and that didn't work. And then we just decided, let's just, because it takes a lot of sponsors, it takes a lot of different strategic partners to want to go out and create this content. Look, it can't just be on mainstream television for free. You have to get different partners to push that out there, to broadcast something for a live studio audience. A live audience all over the world, for that matter. So it takes a lot of partners. I mean, you don't get to see the Olympics, without there being billions of dollars of advertising and stuff like that. And with us, with bodybuilding not having those resources, there you have it. I mean, there's not I don't think there's $1 billion company in bodybuilding, whereas in football, baseball, the Olympics, everything else, what do you mean $1 billion company? That's what they all are. So, I do feel that we're making strides. I do feel like with the addition of $7 Productions, they're helping out with the production quality. I think it's, we're gonna get there. And I do say that confidently, because I felt like my job as Mr. Olympia is to make this as cool as I can, to enjoy what I'm doing, to be willing and able to go out there in the public and speak about how great this sport really is. And I've been able to do that so far. And, just continue to fight the good fight. But I definitely feel like it's going to happen. I don't know if it'll be on ESPN. Maybe it'll be on ESPN Classic one day. I don't know. Heck, who ever thought Generation Ira would be on ESPN Classic? So I think anything's possible. Let's just stay tuned and stay positive. The next question is from Razak Palenfo. I would love to know how many Olympia total do you anticipate winning if you keep this momentum? I'm guessing 10. #legacy. I would love 10 too. I'm going to focus on number 6 and really enjoy this one. I say that every year. I'm going to really enjoy this one. I'm going to really, really enjoy this one. I'm enjoying this prep. 5 weeks, guys. 5 weeks today, I'm going to be standing on that stage, and it's going to be the afternoon. I'll be going to the expo. It's 4 p.m. now, so it'll be 3 p.m. there. I'll just be getting back from the expo, getting ready to get another coat of tan put on, resting, going over to Orleans, chilling in my room, and then just eating like crazy and then resting some more and then waiting to make that long ass walk. It takes about 11 minutes for me to walk from the Orleans hotel to the Orleans arena and then go back for round 2 and get what's mine. So I'm very, very excited for that. I'm very appreciative of the opportunity, thanking God that I stay injury free. I honestly think that winning this one, no discrediting from any other competitor out there, and I'm just gonna say that because there's gonna be some guy or girl that just not gonna understand this. The goal is to break the record. That is it. That's my goal. And I would hope that people that support me can appreciate that. And even if they don't support me, they can understand that I'm just reaching, and I'm striving for the best I can do. I'm giving myself a goal. Shame on me for wanting to put goals in front of myself. 10 is a definite possibility in my eyes. If I didn't think it, there's no way I could even achieve it. Now, obviously, this goes to show that it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a little bit of luck here and there, staying injury free and just having what those judges want, because let's be honest, this is based on their opinion. There's a judging criteria that I fit, but it's still a matter of opinion. So I have to, receive constructive criticism from time to time and be able to make the adjustments accordingly. And I feel like I'm able to do that. And I also realize now that I'm getting older, I'm 36. I'm actually going into my prime. And being inspired by those other guys that are much older than I am. We're talking about, I have to mention the guy, like Desha Jackson, man. He's like a fucking legend, being able to be 10 years older than I am. And he played second to me last year. I mean, that's incredible. You know how inspirational that is to me, to realize, like, yeah, when someone asks, like, how many can you win? I can say, yeah, 10, because, hell, like, if he can produce a product like that, why can't I? Why can't I? Why can't I improve? And it's just about challenging myself. It's also about being honest and realistic with myself. If I over-travel, I'm not going to improve. The cool thing now is that with my new sponsor, I don't have to travel as much. So you know what that means? I get to be at home more. You know what that means? I get to improve more. Put it like this, the last 2 years, I did 8 times the amount of appearances as I will be doing next year in 2017. 8 times. So you break that down, so then it would be 4 times the amount, 4 times less the amount. Anybody that needs help with math, shit. But, so that is going to enable me to be at home more, train at altitude, be able to kick ass, and be able to eat the same meal, train in the same gym, sleep in the same bed more. So I kind of have to, in my mind, think, let's just push through this one as hard as we can, as smart as we can, and be excited for this off season, because I think I'm going to have the momentum after this year to do some. I already think I'm going to eclipse anything that I've already seen off myself, but I definitely feel that when I do that, I'm going to have now less stress to do even better, and actually a better support system too. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really appreciative of your time. Being at the house, as you can see, got my trophies back here. And, I promise I'm going to put all these pictures up at some point. But, thank you for watching. Thank you for your ongoing support. I totally appreciate each and every one of you guys. I do recognize that the hype is getting to a lot of people. It's also funny because, I post these videos and I get some feedback, and I get feedback from people even in the industry, like, oh yeah, Phil's not as hungry as last year, and Phil's this, Phil's that. It's like, how are you motherfuckers gonna know if I'm hungry or not? Okay, I'm gonna tell all of you, I'm not hungry at all. I'm not hungry at all. I'm fucking starving. I'm fucking starving. There's a difference between being hungry, sitting there waiting for food, and starving, where your eyes are bulging out, your face is sunken in, you're looking for the last grain of food. You're willing to go through all the lengths. Like, I was watching, and before we go, I was watching something on, I think it was on the Smithsonian channel, and it was talking about like when I get ready for prep, I like watching movies or like different TV shows about warrior moments, like people striving for excellence, ascending to new, greater heights and stuff. And there was this guy, he was a special ops guy. You know, like in the U.S. we have Secret Service. Well, he was he Spetsnaz, or he was the UK Special Forces. So he's over there doing his thing. His whole team dies, and they're dropping like flies. And he went. I think you can only be without water a certain amount of days and food without a certain amount of days. He actually went 3.5, 4 days longer than a human being, even at that level of conditioning, being a special forces person. He went 3 extra days without those resources, without water, without food, and actually still had to walk an additional 200, I think it's like 200 miles, and be shot at and killed, watch his friends die and this and that and the other. This person was starving, man. This person was like talking to himself, like thinking it, knowing that he was going to die, and he still survived. That's what I try to be like. And I know I'm not discrediting anything from anyone that's a special force person, armed forces, cop, whatever. But the mentality is the same, is knowing that like I've pushed myself past these limits and I'm willing to do it. See, I've signed up to go as hard as I can beyond understanding from others. That's why I win, is because I make it look easy, and I'm able to talk to you about it like, oh yeah, he just won these Olympians. No one really gets to see like the sleepless nights I have, being sore and achy, and waking up with cramps, waking up like freak out, like why do you think I have bags under my eyes getting ready for the shows? The anxiety that goes along with it. Yeah, there's guys that are competing against each other and this and that, and yeah, there's guys that want to challenge me and try to take my crown and this and that. You think that freaking wakes me up and makes me want to go downstairs and do cardio or go out and stretch or eat another meal and this and that and the other. So not being afraid of them, but to remind myself who the fuck I am. To remind myself like they're not willing to die for this. They're not willing to go. They're not willing to do this. They're just not. Because if they were, they'd be doing it. I know I'm pushing everybody else, and am I being pushed by a lot of people? I wouldn't say being pushed, but I am being inspired. Because I know that it doesn't happen by luck that you make it this far and step on the Olympia stage. So, I get really excited around this time, and, I'm glad that we've been able to, share that time with each other. And overall, I feel that, these are good moments. Not only for me having this type of moment of clarity to doing these vlogs, but a time where you guys can truly see like the real me. And when I'm under the stress, when I'm talking for an hour at a time, and you can't fool anybody that long, right? But I realize that I'm here doing me. I'm here very fortunate, that I get to do something I love to do, that I get an opportunity to help inspire somebody that I may not ever meet. I'm just going to go after this as hard as I can. And yeah, and when I do say that I'm the dream killer and this and that and the other, I know that got a lot of you guys fired up. It should, because at the same time, people are trying to ruin everybody else's life and this and that. And I'm not trying to ruin someone's life. It's just me being competitive and saying like, hey man, if this is your dream to take me out, well, you might want to stop being in that dream world and blink and wake the fuck up. And if you don't, I'm going to wake you up, and that's just going to be it. That's me trash talking. Lighten up, guys. Let's realize that this is a world where we can play around, and it's just a sport, dude. It is my livelihood. I do take it very serious, but it's a sport. And with it being a sport, I think we can kind of go back and forth. I am ready for that press conference, though. No one better try me. No one better even think about it. Because I think I have more than enough ammunition to probably destroy anyone. So anyway, I want to leave it on a positive note. I want everyone to have a fabulous weekend. Whenever this posts, I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, a great month. Okay? I want you guys to remember who the hell you are. And if you don't like who you are, think about what you need to do to make those changes. Maybe you need to remove people out of your life. Maybe you need to remove certain situations, remove yourself from certain environments so you can be your best version of yourself. Be willing to make those changes so then you could be blessed with those new offerings. See, if you're hanging on to things that just don't serve your greatness, why are you doing it? Why? This is your life. So for me, if like we had a county fair down the street, you don't think I wanted to go see them fireworks? You don't think I wanted to go hang out and this, that, and the other? It didn't serve my purpose. So I did not do it. That's the discipline. And I realized, like, I'll do the work now so I can be a legend later. You know, I want to be a legend. I want my story to be heard. I want to inspire other people. You guys can do that too. You don't think you guys inspire me? I read these questions. I'm thinking, man, like these guys be going through it, man, and they actually, get motivation off of this, and energy feeds energy. So I appreciate you guys for, having a good positive outlook on things and be willing to kick your own ass and splash some water in your face and say, man, I can do this. I'm going to do this. And if it takes for me to tell you, go kick some ass, then go kick some ass, people. Don't be out here making excuses. Don't be out here being afraid to be successful because somebody else wants to talk some trash to you. You know how many times people tell me that I can't do something just because they're trying to slow me down? Someone is trying to slow me down by saying, like, Phil Heath, you're not humble because you're being cocky, saying that you're wanting to win. That doesn't even make any damn sense. Don't worry, it's going to happen to you guys too. When you get that promotion over some people and you start losing some friends, they were never your friends. They didn't want you to succeed. They loved it when you were down there. But you stayed strong, you stayed hungry, you stayed ferocious with your emotions, and you became better. Be better. Be better. Be wise. Be willing to admit when you're wrong about something and be willing to correct those wrongs without being scolded. I should be able to analyze my workouts and stuff like that without having Honey get on the phone and yell at me about it. Because I'm being a student of myself. Be a student of yourself emotionally, mentally, physically. And, I think all things will be in proper alignment. And that's what we're here for, to make sure everything is in proper alignment so then we can be what? The best versions of ourselves. And stay the course no matter what tides come in, what winds, what natural disasters come in, we will survive. I'm living proof of it, and I'm sure many of you guys watching it are too. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your support of the Gifted channel, courtesy of VHX.TV. Be sure to subscribe and tell your friends. We just did promo codes and all that sort of stuff. Share that shit so then we can get the word out. Share that shit because I'm sure there's somebody else that wants to get their questions answered that I'm not going to probably answer on the other social mediums like this. I'm going to answer them. I'm going to help them. I want to help you. And I want to show you guys what this is about. These are the spoils behind all the hard work. Looks pretty damn good. So we'll see you next time, guys. Thank you all. God bless. And have a freaking awesome day. Oh, and check out my shirt. That shit is filthy. Peace.